Good morning, everyone. My test this morning is about prepositions. From the word itself, we already have a clue that it has something to do with position. In other words, prepositions are words that show relationship between people, places, or things in a sentence. Here are common examples of prepositions that help us almost every day: about, above, across, after, against, along, and so on. You may pause the video so you can read all other examples. Now that we've got an answer to the question, what's a preposition? You're probably wondering what kind of relationships prepositions show. Prepositions can show relationships of time, place, or position between an object and a subject in a sentence. Prepositions of time. Prepositions of time demonstrate relationships between things in terms of when something occurred. Prepositions of time can show the specific exact time when something happened or will happen. It can also express a more general, extended period of time. Take a look at the list of prepositions in this table that are frequently used to demonstrate relationships in terms of time. During, used when something happens within the time something else is happening. For example, we stayed at the student hostel during the conference. You may pause the video so that you can read each examples. In this area, I separated the prepositions in, on, and at, since these words can also be used as the prepositions of place, which I will be discussing in the succeeding slides. In refer to a general, longer period of time. On, moving to more specific periods of time. The preposition on is used. At, use the preposition at for the most specific times. Here are some of my personal examples. Number 1. Sean will throw the trash after work. In this first example, after is the preposition of time. After establishes time by showing that Sean will perform a specific action, throw the trash, only after he has finished with work. Number 2. I'm going to the gym at 10 o'clock. The preposition at is establishing a precise or specific time. Thus, the preposition at establishes that the time-based relationship between the subject and the verb and the object is a precise one. Number 3. In December, my family will travel abroad. As I have mentioned earlier, the preposition in is establishing a longer period of time, which will happen in December. Prepositions of place are used to show where a person, living creature, or other object or entity is located. It may tell you where a thing is in relation to something else. It is used to refer to a place where something or someone is located. Here are some examples of prepositions of place. You may pause the video to read all other examples. The words in the following list are classified as this type of preposition, meaning they show where things are located in space or place, including location in relation to other things. Above, at, or to a higher place or position than something or someone. For example, our friends in the apartment above us are really noisy. You may pause the video to read all other examples. Now, as I have mentioned earlier, prepositions on, at, and in can also be classified in this list depending on function. In. The preposition in is used for the largest or most general places. On, used for more specific places like certain streets. At, use the preposition at for the most specific location. Now, here are more examples to apply what we have learned. There's an owl outside the chimney. The example is straightforward. Where is the owl? It is located outside the chimney. Sentence number 2. Michael is beside the chair. Where is Michael located? He is beside the chair. Number 3. Their family is very famous in Chinatown. The preposition in is being used for the largest or most general places, like Chinatown. Another category we need to know about are prepositions of direction and movement. These types of prepositions show movement from one place to another. Because of this, prepositions of direction and movement are often used with verbs of motion. Here are some examples of these prepositions. You may pause the video to read all other examples. In this slide, what we can see is a detailed list of prepositions of movement, which will add to our vocabulary as well as giving us the ability to create more detailed sentences and sound more fluent. 2. Used to indicate a destination or direction. The boys go to school in groups. You may pause the video so you can read all other examples. Now, practice what we have learned. Let's try these examples. Based on the picture, we can say that Sheena walked through the forest. The preposition through is used when we talk about movement from one side to another. Number 2, birds flew over the lake. Over also functions as a preposition expressing position. It often has a similar meaning to the preposition above. Picture number 3. The boys swam across the lake. The preposition across is used when talking about movement from one side of something to the other, which has sides or limits, such as a city, road, or river. It is also used to when something touches or stretches from one side to another. That ends my presentation. Hope you enjoyed and mostly learned prepositions from me. Bye!